We're on the road in one of the biggest games of the season. Our team has been playing an unbelievable amount of games at home, but will we be able to figure something out on the road here against a tough Iowa team? Last week was a huge game. We saw guys literally almost break some records on the squad. We saw so much that was ultimately going on, but do we have enough this week in the tank to keep things moving? And Jalen Clark saying, yeah, we do. Warren forward back here. Watching his guys. He's feeling the pressure. You can just see it. Throws one, though, a little crazy here. McDonald gets a block. Patrick McDonald's going to catch that when it goes 35 yards. How does Forward make it happen? Warren Forward got absolutely dismantled on that play, too. I don't know how that dude is back out here, but you know what? It don't matter. Terence Williams up the middle, 13 yards, the first touch of the game, and it's a touchdown. Hey, look, the offense was literally out here cooking. What can this defense do? So far, it's not looking great as we're living up a pretty big run. Not great. Iowa's had a pretty tough schedule this year, 3-2 in the year. They go across the middle. Houston trips up a guy, but Mitchell brings down Flowers. Almost on the right side of the 50. Isaiah Holman trying to get at the quarterback. He can't. They go across the middle again. It's another good pass for Iowa. Not a lot of runs after their first successful run, but they go right back to the run here. Shackelford looking like he's just me on the golf course whiffing. It's not good. Blazevich for Iowa right now is on fire. He's leading this team down the field, and we don't really have a stop for him. Isaiah Holman, though, wraps him up, but it's 6 yards for Barry Robinson. They're sending the running back out. Houston and company trying to get to the quarterback again. They just can't. If Flowers is going to make his way with another first down. Pressure setting in this defense again. Not having a great first drive here. We're going to see Houston stand up the tight end on that wide receiver reverse, and it doesn't work out again. Iowa's really driving. Fry coming here in the blitz. They end up going with a halfback draw up the middle. They got guys everywhere, but Houston maybe killed a man. Then don't break. 3rd and 1. Pressure on the quarterback, but he delivers an absolute dot to Matthew Flowers, who honestly killed us on that drive, and I was tying it up. This team has not been on the road in really a long time, and we're going to see how they ultimately respond here. Iowa's definitely a team we've had problems with over the years, and honestly, it's manifesting itself here again. Forward, though's got to make that pass. 3rd down, 2 yards to go. Forward's going to go with a little play action fake here. Doesn't like what he's seeing. He's got plenty of room to run, though, and Forward's making his move. Broke some ankles. He's going to slide before he gets his own broken. First quarter about halfway done. Forward's got to hit it. He had a guy wide open in Clark, but just didn't get rid of the rock. Forward feeling the pressure there. A little 2nd and 19. Fakes the handoff. Taking what he's got in front of him. He finds Michael Smith this time, and Smith is going to get 15 yards to make it 3rd and short. A lot of opportunity here. We're going with the halfback screen. Iowa seems to have smelled it the entire way, and they lose a 4-yard spot there. Iowa came to play. Iowa's definitely doing what they can to stop us on defense, so we've got to make sure that we come out here on our turn on defense to lock them up. They go across the middle again. They're just finding these little crossing routes, and we have no answer as Shackelford gets thrown away, still stands up against the tackle. Collinsworth looked like a grown man on that one. Mike Tyson said it best. Everybody's got a plan to get hit in the mouth, and right now Iowa's hitting us in the mouth, and we don't seem to have a plan. 2nd is short. This offensive line for Iowa, over the years, they've always been great, but they were exceptional today. We haven't really got any pressure on their QB. And honestly, it shows by his stats. He was a perfect 8 for 8 in the afternoon. He's just been lighting us up. No pressure yet again. He throws an easy pass across the middle for a 17-yard gain. 2 running backs in the backfield. They go with a little run up the middle. We got a couple of guys there, though. He spins around that one. Bobby Golden still gets 3. About 25 seconds left here in the first quarter. Quarterback all the time in the world. Shackelford, 3 fingers, each hand. Put them together. You got 6. You can make a catch. Defense has to come to play here. They slide a guy over in motion in the slot. 3rd and 7, Iowa. Needing something. They go with the halfback run up the middle on a little delayed handoff, and it goes nowhere. So we got a 4th and 5. Christoph Houston has been a tackle machine in the first quarter. The first quarter alone, he had 5 tackles. That is unreal to think about, but that dude's out there doing that thing. Iowa is now officially going to take the lead 10-7. And the studio update tells us that Purdue just kind of got destroyed. RIP. Purdue's lone victory this season was actually an upset game where they won against a top-ranked team, but they don't look like a top-ranked team, or they could beat one right now. Look at Forward, all the room in the world. No one is on this side of the field, and Forward picks up a massive gain and gets out of bounds after 26 yards. Staying his shotgun. Forward sees the guy underneath. As Jalen Clark gets hit hard, but holds on to it like a veteran. 2nd and short activity. You know what time it is. Terence Williams up the middle. Easy gain. He breaks off that one. It nearly bounces out to the edge for a touchdown. It's still wild to me that Williams is a 6'3" receiver turned running back, and he's honestly been incredibly good every time he's been out there. Look at him again, showing the moves. Week by week, he's getting better. There were a lot of people who didn't understand why that dude wore number 8. I hope you understand now why that dude is wearing number 8. Forward, throws Fernie a little underneath on that one, but Fernie's still talented. Getting into the end zone 15 yards later, we got the lead back. That throw right there is just further proof that Forward loves him a tight end. Little pitch out here. This one goes out to the edge. Shackelford can't quite get the tackle. Houston does eventually get it. His 6th one of the game. Takes Goldis down. Iowa's read option game's been really money so far. They're throwing one deep, and Shackelford misses the tackle with James Mitchell, who gets flowers. Blazevich still only one incompletion on the afternoon. It's just wild to think about. We're trying to get some pressure off the edge. We do again, and they say it's not going to be a fumble. It's an incomplete pass, however. Iowa fans desperately want them to get into the end zone here. That field goal left them salivating a little bit too much. Staying a little bit of man coverage, one high safety help. Houston trying to get through there. He's going to try to chase down the running back. He gets a tackle attempt, doesn't get him. Fry can't get him, but Coleman saves the first down. 31, big opportunity. They go with the pitch. Holman nearly has me, breaks that tackle. Fry can't get him either. This man is just still going until Houston again gets the tackle. Iowa's running game's really been their bread and butter so far. They are dominating, and Houston is tired of it. After that loss of 4, they got 2nd and 14. They're going to send their running back out to the edge. Holman again trying to do something against Houston again on the tackle. This dude might set a record for Cascade Valley. Not convinced they're going to run. We're going to play the pass here, and they definitely do that. They throw to the edge. We have no one there, and he doesn't even see it. It hits him in the back of his head. What is happening? Now, it looked like Blazevich actually came out on that play, and they had their backup quarterback in the game, which is interesting. I don't really remember him getting hit too hard there, but we'll see what ultimately happens as we come out for the next drive after we hopefully get a touchdown. They're going to get a field goal here. They're going to put the lead back to 1 point. But our offense wants to do more than that. Offense back in the field, Fullwood, looking for something here. He's got an opportunity. Looking for a couple of guys. Fullwood stretches the play a little bit and only gets 3. 2nd and 7, Ferdy in the slot here. Fullwood likes what he sees. He got the big tight end down there. You know he loves himself a tight end, and he finds him at 34. First down, back at it again. Fullwood pulls out of that little action quick, finds Wilson. Wilson again had a monster game last week, picks up 16 more here. Under center this time, 3 minutes left. Ryan slides over in motion. Fullwood feels the immediate pressure at his running back out of the flats and just couldn't get to him in time. Iowa bringing a whole lot of pain right now. Fullwood makes a quick adjustment, likes something here. Sees something as it switches it up. Ryan's going to get himself all the way down inside the 10. It's been a pass-happy offensive drive. We're going to switch it up and do a little run here. Joe Kendrick finds a gap. Joe Kendrick trying to swerve his way into the end zone. He's just shy about a yard short. Iowa stacking the goal line. They know what's coming. Another run up the middle. Kendrick is nearly there. They say he's down at the 1 again. Under 2 minutes. Iowa again stacking the middle forward. Trying something a little bit different. He goes right back to Kendrick here, and Joe Kendrick's going to find himself in the end zone. A 1-yard touchdown run. You love to see it. The touchdown on that drive was great, but Iowa has a whole lot of time left to try to put something together here. Blazevich back in the game, throwing one. Shackelford is going to put all 6 fingers on that ball, and Jonas Shackelford running into his own man stops what could have been a touchdown. Is going to now get another interception. The 6'6" legend is back at it. Iowa got to be a little nervous right now. So much pressure is on their defense. This ball delivered perfectly to Jalen Clark. He's inside the 20 with an 18-yard grab. Fernie Williams in the backfield. Full's going to hand it off. Williams up the middle. Williams going to find his way to about 8 yards deep. Little second and short action going right back to the run game. Run game's been good so far for Cascade Valley, and Williams does get the first down. Underneath the center, under a minute left. Fullwood looking for something, sees his guy, and Michael Smith, 8-yard touchdown reception. The points just keep on coming for Cascade Valley. It's 2nd and 10 for Iowa. They've got a pretty big deficit. They've got a little bit of time left, though. We gave them a whole lot of time, actually. And they've got significantly 2 of their timeouts. They could be fine here. They did use a timeout, though. It's only 38 seconds left. 2 timeouts. Little fake there from Blazevich. He goes across the middle, but George Fry's all over it. 2nd down and 4. Got our guys trying to get there on the quarterback. DeMel Hill gets absolutely mossed by Flowers. He's going to get all the way down to the 2-yard line. This is worst case scenario. Matthew Flowers is absolutely destroying us right now. This man's got 6 grabs for 80-some yards. Now Boyko gets in the end zone, and all of a sudden, what was a great lead and a great finish is a little bit sour. Dominant on offense, less desirable on defense. We've got a whole lot of work in the second half. Jump to the halftime show and check it out. Welcome back to the halftime show. I have some really good news and some not so great news. First things first, we had 4 people commit to the team this week, which is absolutely great news. Chance Rowland, a starting corner, 92 speed acceleration, kind of lay doo-doo, as the French say. His man and zone coverage, a great press, not so much. Probably not a day 1 starter, but we'll see. Savon Shelby, a guy that will be contributing pretty early on in his career. Maybe a year 1 redshirt, maybe not. We'll see. But he's got 90 man coverage, 86 zone, 84 press. He's got really good ability on multiple sides of the ball. We can see him play a couple different areas, but defense more than likely. Desmond Simmons, though, is the guy that everybody should be hype about. Great speed and acceleration. You're going to see he's got really high carrying ability. He's got great spin move, great elusiveness, but he's got 96 man coverage, 90 zone coverage, and 82 press. Did I mention he's 83 catch, and he has 94 route running? This guy is going to play defense. He's going to play offense. He's going to play special teams. He's going to be playing a whole lot. And the last of the 4 recruits we got was P.O. Clark. I know we're really good at middle linebacker. We got some pretty good depth at outside linebacker, but we're adding P.O. Clark to keep bolstering up this defense. 74 overall, plus a gem, solid speed and acceleration. I think he's got pretty good stats overall, but he's actually really good in man and zone coverage. So we have a linebacker that's going to be out there roaming, hopefully getting us some interceptions. Now it's time for the bad news. Jonathan Anderson, who we obviously had visit week 1, the team up north is working their way to take him from us. Unless he decides in the next week or two, we're probably going to be missing out on him. Jeremiah Butler, things are looking pretty good for him, but Kentucky is slowly inching their way. +5 every single week. I don't think they catch up, but it's something to be worried about. We also have Bo Dunlap, who a lot of you guys are super hyped on. Well, he just had a visit from the U, and they might be taking him to Miami. This guy, I think, is one of my favorite players we have in the class. Again, a multiple position guy. But Miami now has an 870-point lead, and we'll see what we can do, but it's going to be close. And then everyone keeping their eye on Will Scott. Obviously, he's going to be a super talented player, but Appalachian State is still beating us right now. We do have a visit coming up in week 10. We're 685 points behind. I think we'll ultimately eclipse Appalachian State and be fine, but it's something that we have to make sure he doesn't decide ASAP, because if he does, we're up out of there. We also lost out on a couple of key prospects that were on the offensive line. We're trying to bring in some other guys, and we see Nick Woodard is going to be one of them. We also have John Phelps coming in, but again, losing out on an 88 overall tackle means that we're kind of SOL at that point. We have to try to scramble, but we're not going to have that big major tackle that we thought we were going to have. The top 25 polls are pretty much, obviously, as you know, we're number 2, Clemson number 1, Penn State 3, Boise State goes from 5 to 4, Auburn slides from 8 to number 5, Oklahoma goes from 4 to number 6. Even though they beat a number 22 Florida, they actually fall in the rankings, which is kind of crazy. Alabama's sitting there, still inside the top 10, as is Miami, who's trying to take some of our players from us. We see Ole Miss going from 13 to 12, UNC in there, Maryland in the top 20, Oklahoma State stays consistent, I guess, at number 25. And Iowa, despite only winning by 3 last week, they end up staying in the same spot, which is how they ultimately got to 24, where we're facing them this week. But our guy Warren Fullwood is making a name for himself in college football. They were a little skeptical at first. Can he do it against big talent? Can he do it against big teams? Well, he's doing it against not just big teams, but ranked teams at that. Antonio Keys at 1, Ben Powell at 2. Warren Fullwood climbing the ranks, now sitting number 3 in the Heisman list after a 450-yard passing attack, along with 5 total touchdowns. The man's building his case. And obviously, we're not counting the stats that he's accumulated in this game here against Iowa, but if you're looking to see where he's ultimately ranking in the season, he is 2nd in passing yards in the entire NCAA. 1,547 passing yards, beating out Derek Robinson, who's been in the Heisman rankings for his career at some point, beating out Brayton Soko over there of UNLV. He has 16 passing touchdowns as well, which isn't going to be tops. Antonio Keys is really dominating pretty much everybody at this point with 24, which is 8 above. But our guy has 3 interceptions, so he's pretty much in line with some of the top quarterbacks in the nation, and he's only a freshman. And then really quick, a lot of you guys were wondering last week, well, how close is Mr. Wilson, aka Matt Wilson, from being the record holder here in Cascade Valley for most receiving yards in a single game? Well, the answer is 199. He finished about 170, 180-ish, so he was close, just needs to break 200 if he wants to ultimately have that record. Here in the second half, Iowa's got some opportunity here. They really figured out a way to kind of mess us up on defense. Flowers absolutely destroyed us the entire first half. He had 87 yards on 6 grabs and I think a touchdown. Won't be surprised if we see more of him as part of their major game plan here in the second half. So we got to shut him down. I'd argue one of our biggest issues, though, is the fact that we just cannot stop anything on third down because we're not getting to the quarterback. If we could just get to the quarterback, we'd be fine. But what a play by Isaiah Holman to be involved there. Clark's back here ready to get things going. Allen's going to punt this one. Honestly, not that deep. I've seen significantly better punts by, like, middle schoolers. We're going to be honest. Clark really has nowhere to go, and he loses a yard on that return. First down, Fullwood. Ready to get things going here. The squad is immediately feeling the pressure. He's got a guy. He throws it deep, and that's nearly intercepted. So close to being a big completion, but it's blocked away. Second down. Opportunity to make a play. Fullwood again, trying to stretch things a little bit. He's going to go pretty close to the first down marker and slide. We haven't had a lot of third down conversion opportunities, but we've been good on them. 2 for 3 on the day. We're going to go ahead and improve that right here as Williams easily gets the first down and a whole lot more. Keeping things going here with the first down. Seeing the guy across the middle, it's Fernie, and they just jarred that one loose. Second down here again, Fullwood, locked in. Had a guy going deep, wanted to hit him, but again, he's sacked for a loss of 10. I think one of the more interesting things is that he just hasn't been protected super well today. It's been honestly few and far between on plays that he's had some time, and look at Mr. Wilson down the middle for 25. First down again. Take what's in front of you. We'll take Clark. Again, not a whole lot of yards, but 3 is good. Better than nothing. After 3 yards in the last play, going right here to Williams. Williams, plenty of room up the middle, is going to skirt his way through, and all 6'3" of them gets easily the first. Underneath center again. Fullwood drops back. Sees this guy, floats it up. It's going to be close, and that one's going to be picked off by Stewart, who had the play in the previous one. He gets the first interception of the ball game for Iowa, and that turns the tables. Iowa's got a lot of people up there. They go with the running back up the middle. He gets maybe a couple of yards. Trying our best to get some pressure here. They go with a QB run on the edge. He ends up cutting back up the middle, and Blazevich gets taken down. Playing the pass the whole way here in 3rd down and 7. Blazevich takes the shotgun pass. Throws one deep. We got guys to Mel Hill, who has been a disappointment for a lot of this season. Says, hold on, I got something for you. And I'm bringing it back to the 30. Obviously, the interception by Fullwood wasn't great, but seeing our defense come back out here and do some for him is huge. Speaking of Fullwood, though, he's stretching, and if he doesn't get tackled there, he might be dancing in the end zone. 2nd down and 4. No. Okay, we honestly should not have thrown that ball. That was an egregiously horrible read on our part, and we paid handsomely for it. This is the first 2-interception game, I believe, of Fullwood's career. We'll see how he responds. A lot of pressure on the quarterback, but he still gets rid of it quickly. We missed the tackle. Collinsworth is out here streaking down the field. We got no one close in Iowa. If they go for 2, they're tying things up here. As we kind of expected, Iowa is going to go for 2 here. I'm going to slide their tight end over a little bit. Watching for any quick passes. They go underneath, and they go right back to Jack Collinsworth, who scored the touchdown. He's tying things up. This has been a wild game. The defenses have both let their teams down, but also picked their teams up when they needed it the most. This has been one that we won't forget for a bit. Fullwood, feeling the pressure, is going to get 9 yards there. Thought it might have been a fumble, but he says, nah, I'm going to hold on to that rock. Well, right back to the run game. Passing game obviously has led to a couple of turnovers. We're going to keep the running game mixed in as much as we can. 1st and 10 again. The pressure is real. Fullwood is feeling it, and I mean, I don't know where this man has to go. Things are being unbelievably tough right now for Fullwood. Lone man here in shotgun. We won't talk about that one. That was supposed to go to wide deep down the field. It went nowhere close. I think our goal at this point is to take what's in front of us and just hopefully we can get some conversions here. The first 3-interception game of Fullwood's career. You hate to see it. We had a receiver open. He rubbed onto 2 different defenders, couldn't get off of them, and what we thought was going to be a wide open guy ended up being a wide open guy for the wrong team, and he caught it. I was absolutely in the driver's seat. They've been passing all over us. Their run game has honestly been pretty solid as well. They're going with another big carry here as James Mitchell stops him after 7. Can this defense force yet another turnover? We've already forced 2. Can we get a 3rd turnover forced? Not on this play, though, as Dorsey's going to get out of bounds for 4 yards, enough for the first. Things getting spicy here as Iowa's inside the red zone. The quarterback throwing one. Coleman drops it, and it's nearly caught back by Flowers. I'm still flabbergasted. If you're Shackelford and you drop a pass and you got 6 fingers total, I get it. If you're Jacob Coleman, you've got all your fingers. You got to catch that young fella. Things getting a little bad here as Iowa's winding out the 3rd quarter. Opportunity to put points to the board. Blazevich literally gets hit, drops back, doesn't care, throws that one afterwards and gets 3. That should have been a sack and a half, and this man threw off Holman like he was a small child. Gonna play the pass here. 3rd quarter, last play of it. Blazevich again, all the time in the world, but finally somebody gets to him, and it's Scotty Drayden. Oh, this is big news. The quarterback actually goes down. Blazevich gets hurt. Blazevich, whatever you want to call him, he's injured. We're going to see if he comes back in or what ends up happening here. Iowa goes across the middle to Mel Hill for his 2nd pick of the game, tying the school record with 2 interceptions in the game, set by Jordan Damon, tied by Mike Hemphill. He says, add my name to the record books, coach. Blazevich has a strained pectoral muscle. He will be back soon, but you got to imagine he wishes he was in for that play because that could have been a touchdown from him, but instead it's an interception from his counterpart. Halfback screens really haven't worked out too well for us today. We are going to try one here as Terence Williams does get a little bit of something, but it goes for nothing almost. 3 yards total. I was honestly really adjusted well. We had about 175, 180 yards passing in the first half, and the second half has just been pretty terrible from a passing perspective. Fullwood has just been running for his life most of the day. Throws one here to Furton. You know he loves himself a tight end, and he gets that one for 27. Team continues to fight despite the turnovers, despite the issues. His young freshman quarterback is going to do his best to put his team in position, and the other players are going to rally around him. Kendrick and Fullwood in the backfield this time. Little handoff. Love to see it. Joe Kendrick showing the running ability, and he picks up a massive 15-yard gain. Squad lines back up. Coach Mervin McMervin says, run it again, and let's see what you got. Fullwood down the middle on the left side, and he gets 19. The one good sign we've had is that when we've been in the red zone, we've scored 100% of the time. We're hoping that stays true here. They immediately get to Fullwood. He's panicking. I mean, this man has nowhere to go, nowhere to hide. The offensive line is letting him down. Not getting a touchdown on this drive would just be a catastrophic failure. We've got to be able to get some points on the board here. Joe Kendrick in the game. Forward actually got hurt. He floats one. That's going to be a pass that is bobbled from Wilson, and it goes nowhere. Forward's out. Kendrick's in. We're panicking a little bit. Forward, though, appears to be okay. He's right back in the game. That appears to be a situation where he was a little tired, needed a breather, but he's ready to go again. He's looking for a short thing. Throws one. It's going to be caught by Porter Ryan. They say he's down 3 yards away from the end zone. As much as we'd love to go for this one, we're going to take the points. Kick this one. Aiden Bailey, pretty much down the middle. We extend our lead by 3 points. A touchdown would have been worth it, but sometimes you got to make sure you take the points and trust your defense. After his backup came in and when he got hurt and threw an interception, you're seeing the starting quarterback Blazevich back in the game. He's looking to lead this team to some points, but our defense has more to say about that. Christoph Houston had a massive first half. Second half, he's been a whole lot more quiet, but he gets a great stop there. They go back with the run. I'm flabbergasted by what's actually happening right now. Eventually, Goldich comes down to 35 yards, but why did no one tackle? Our defense right now is not doing what we hoped they were doing, which is getting a stop. They try to go to the edge. Iowa, though, can't get past Jonas Shackelford, who wraps him up at the line. I was definitely feeling pretty confident at the moment. They like what they have. They feel like these matchups obviously bode pretty well for them. Corey Brown nearly does something, but this one goes to Robinson, who, again, if you give a quarterback 10 minutes to throw, he's going to throw a completion 9 times out of 10. Absolutely getting carved up by Blazevich. The best thing that happened to us was him getting hurt. They go underneath. Can't quite get a tackle. He breaks multiple tackles. It takes 4 people to bring him down. Second and inches. Iowa staying in shotgun. Blazevich makes a quick adjustment. We go for a little screen play. Ward's going to try to get a tackle. He can't. Coleman whiffs. Hill finally forced him down with the help of an defensive lineman, and now it's 1st and goal Iowa. See what our team can do here on 1st and goal. They go for a run. Shackelford and company are there, and they stop him on that first play. 2nd and goal. Can we get another stop? They go to Boyko, and it's his 2nd touchdown of the game. Iowa's got the lead with 3 minutes and some change. Undefeated up to this point. We are down with 2:45 and some change. All of our timeouts. And honestly, I believe we have the most talented team on the field. I believe we can get this job done. Iowa's absolutely been a heck of an opponent today, and it shows. I mean, look, their record might be 3-2, but they played some really tough talent this season, and they have been great while doing it. 2 minutes and some change, almost to the 50-yard line. Wilson slides over to come back in the backfield with Williams. Forward keeps it. Forward's going to keep on it. This one probably could have pitched it, but again, too worried about possibly fumbling this one and losing possession. Keep in mind, we absolutely have to get a touchdown here. Field goals don't really matter. We have to get into the end zone. Joe Kendrick, again, fighting for the first down. Keep it moving, 1:30. Forward sees a guy, throws it deep. He's got him. It's going to be Jalen Clark, who's down at the 2. Are you kidding me? What a throw. What a route. And now we're talking business. Our goal, though, is to not really give them a ton of time. We want to keep them with as little time as possible. They're going to have all their timeouts. Honestly, it'd be better to not get in the end zone in this first try. Unfortunately, we did. They have 55 seconds. We're going to have a 3-point lead. Things are about to get crazy here in Iowa. Our defense has honestly been our detriment today. We haven't really scored an insane amount of points. We've obviously turned the ball over, but the defense has had to do a better job than what they've done, in my opinion. They go across the middle, and Christoph Houston is there as the 10th tackle of the game for Christoph Houston. Again, probably not going to set a record, but still, that is a great attempt so far from him today. 42 seconds. Iowa used their first timeout. They go to the sideline. They don't get a first down. They only get 3, and it's 3rd and 2. Our team is doing their best job just to make sure Iowa has to waste some clock. They do get something here, but they call a timeout. 1 remaining with 36 left. Our goal is to get a little bit of pressure here. Fry's going to come off the edge, try to disrupt, make that quarterback a little uncomfortable. Blazevich steps up, and then we're going to see Fry can't get it, but we end up getting the sack. What a play. Amir Carson gets that one. That's a massive play now because Iowa has to try to go and spike the football more than likely. They do spike it with 17 seconds left and 1 timeout. It's really unfortunate that George Fry is not going to get any credit in the box score, but that is one of the biggest plays of the game to get to the quarterback there and make something happen. Now they try to go for a little short underneath pass. That doesn't work. It's 4th and 5. What are they going to do here? The clock's running. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second. They hike it with a second remaining. They go underneath, which seems like a really dumb play. They should have thrown it deep. Iowa absolutely loses track of the clock, and Iowa is going to catch an L. They had 1 timeout remaining. They could have called it, thrown a Hail Mary, but they decided not to, and we are going to escape barely. A 3-interception game from Warren Forward. DeMel Hill ends up getting 5 tackles and 2 interceptions, getting his first player of the game in team history for him. He's never gotten it before, and we needed every single play from him today to walk out barely with a W. Recapping the stats again, not a great game for Warren Forward. Honestly, the first bad game in his career, but 6 games in, you kind of imagine that at some point he's got to have one. 3 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, got sacked 4 times, but I put a lot of onus on the offensive line and just not protecting that dude today. On the ground, Fullwood goes for 79. We see Williams go for 112 with 1 touchdown. Joe Kendrick, 6 for 32 and 2 touchdowns. He was great in his role this afternoon. And then on the receiving side, we see 5 for 81 for Jalen Clark. We're going to see Fertney chime in with one of our 2 receiving touchdowns at 76 yards. Williams ended up losing yards today. And then Michael Smith ends up getting 2 for 23 and a touchdown. On the offensive line side, again, Roy Ray, Jairus Sanders, and Mark Wood all giving up a sack, but the only pancake coming from Wesley Gaines. And on defense, Christoph Houston had 10 tackles, 2 of those being for loss. The freshman balled out today, as did Jonas Shackelford, playing absolutely incredibly well. From a sack perspective, we're going to see 1 from Amir Carson and Scotty Drayden. Shout out to George Fry, who had that huge QB pressure that led to Amir Carson getting that sack. And then we see from an interception perspective, DeMel Hill tying the school record with 2 interceptions in the game. Jonas Shackelford using all 6 fingers to have a great interception as well. This was a very difficult game. Our quarterback struggled. Our defense struggled. We had a couple of issues that were going on, but we found a way to win. And that is what great teams do. And whenever Cascade Valley has made a deep run into the postseason, it's because we have big-time players making big-time plays, and they step up when we need them to. Can we do it next week? Lord, I hope so. Be safe, be smart, tell somebody you love them. Catch you guys on the next one.